Not if, but when Nintendo Switch games. The Nintendo Switch is easily one of Nintendo's best consoles ever, if not the best. It really has a collection of new games and old games coming to the console that just make it like the prime Nintendo console, the one that has old and new games. However, there are certain games that we fans are just waiting for Nintendo to make the announcement that they are coming to a Nintendo Switch. There are just these little games that we're just waiting and know that Nintendo is going to put on the Switch. But in case you don't know, which are these games? Let's start with the obvious, with these two. For the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, we were expecting to have at least one of these remakes into the Switch. We got neither. I mean, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD were both released on the Wii U. But very few people actually got the Wii U, and very few people got to experience these games in HD. And Nintendo already has the game. You need to put the information on the disc, to the cartridge, and that's it. They already have everything they need. And it's not like Nintendo hasn't put an HD remake on the Switch before. They did the HD remake for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So really, all we need to have all The Legend of Zelda 3D games on the Switch are these two. Because we already have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on the N64 app. So really, all we are missing is for these two to, I don't know, put them together if you want in a 2-pack and sell it. Just as you did with this. And trust me, Zelda fans would be very happy, especially now since Tears of the Kingdom just released. I was the first in line in Mexico, by the way. I did a full-on blog about it. But there's nothing in the horizon for Zelda games, so having these two would be pretty neat. Actually, I will talk more in depth about the future of Zelda, but these are games that need to be on the Switch. The next game on my list that I know is going to come to the Switch is Luigi's Mansion, the original Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube. Because we have Luigi's Mansion 3 already on the Switch, which is one of the best games on the Switch. Like, this is a must for every Switch owner. We have a remake of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, aka Luigi's Mansion 2, already announced in the last Nintendo Direct, that's coming to the Switch. So which is the other game that we're missing from the franchise? Luigi's Mansion 1. And I know there's already a 3DS remake already, well, on the 3DS. There's already a remake. Nintendo already remade Luigi's Mansion 1 on the 3DS. So, what if they re-release it? Because the 3DS is pretty much dead unless you want to emulate. So, if Nintendo wants to get more profit out of Luigi's Mansion, put Luigi's Mansion 1 with the same graphics as Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, the remaster, or even the same as Luigi's Mansion 3. Just put Luigi's Mansion, the original, this one, on the Switch, and we will all be happy because we already have the complete trilogy on the Switch. That would be incredible. Next up on my list is Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I do not own Metroid Prime 2, nor the trilogy. I only own Metroid Prime 3. But just today, as the day as I'm recording, I just beat Metroid Prime Remastered. Like the first one, the original Metroid Prime from the GameCube, remastered for the Switch, I beat it. It was amazing, it was incredible, one of the best games I've ever played. I really enjoyed it. So, Metroid Prime was announced many years ago, it's still in development, we still don't know much, so actually being able to play Metroid Prime 2 and 3 to prepare us for Metroid Prime 4 would be amazing. And I mean, if you re-release the first one and you're about to release the fourth one, why not include the two and the 3, Metroid Prime Echoes and Metroid Prime Eruption. That way we could also have the complete Metroid Prime franchise, like the complete series on the Switch, with the same types of controls that you did for Metroid Prime Remaster. The same types of controls, but added to Metroid Prime 2 and 3, and so that way we can have the complete trilogy, and when the fourth one comes, have the complete franchise. That would be crazy. Another great game that needs to be on the Switch is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. With the recent announcement of the Super Mario RPG remake coming to the Switch, what's stopping Nintendo from pulling out some of the most acclaimed Paper Mario games and putting them on the Switch? And by most acclaimed, I mean the most acclaimed Paper Mario, that being Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I have never played it. I do not own it, I have never played it, but I just keep hearing and hearing and hearing fantastic things about the game, and I would like to be able to experience it without wasting all my money in trying to buy a $100 copy. So having a remake of the most acclaimed Paper Mario game on the Switch, to me that's a no-brainer. That needs to happen, that will probably happen, I really hope so, and if not, Nintendo, what are you doing? You're losing money. Another game that I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch is F-Zero GX, either remake or HD. F-Zero is a franchise that's been there for many years, and it's also a series that many fans have been wanting to see again, either a new game or a port. So F-Zero GX, also one of the games that I want to desperately play but don't want to waste a lot of money on buying the GameCube game, is F-Zero. It will introduce new people to the franchise and it opens the way for new games in the series. F-Zero GX is a game that I truly see having a remake and being on the Nintendo Switch. Another game that I also see coming to a Nintendo Switch is Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I think my friend has more to say about it. Take it away, Linkachu.
How's it going? I'm Linkachu. If you know me, you know that I love Xenoblade Chronicles, and I own the collector edition of Xenoblade X. Xenoblade X is a game that needs a port to the Switch. We already have Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3, and Future Redeemed on the Switch, even Torna the Golden Country. The entire Xenoblade story is available on the Switch, and there's a game that is being left out of that story, that loop, that connection. This still is a Xenoblade game. Xenoblade X may not currently be directly connected to the Xenoblade line of games, but this is a Xenoblade game and an incredible experience that not many people, myself included, have gotten to properly experience because it is currently stuck on the Wii U. This is a game that needs to be put on the Switch. At the time that Xenoblade X came out, it wasn't incredibly popular and is now incredibly expensive to get through resellers. It, like most games, especially on the Wii U, is expensive, and it needs to live on a system that is readily available to new players. Xenoblade as a franchise has exploded, and having a major installment be stuck on the Wii U, a console that not a lot of people own, and not a lot of people own with a copy of Xenoblade X, a game that is now considered rare and expensive in the Wii U's library. This is a game that needs to be available to the modern average Switch consumer. Xenoblade X should not live separately from the amazing trilogy of games that is Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. It is a part of a grand story that Monolith Soft has continued to make hit after hit. This is a game that I want to have readily accessible to me. Not many people have a Wii U, and the Switch is a greater way to experience such a large game like Xenoblade X. Xenoblade X needs to be ported to the Nintendo Switch.
Also, you know how I mentioned F-Zero as a dead franchise? Well, here's another dead Nintendo franchise. We have Punch-Out! And Punch-Out is one of my favorite Nintendo franchises of all time. Like, I love the original Punch-Out. I love Super Punch-Out. And Punch-Out Wii is one of my favorite games on the Wii. It's just so much fun. One of my first amiibo was Little Mac. He's over there, trust me. So bring Punch-Out to a Nintendo Switch. It can work perfect with Joy-Con controls. It also works perfect with Pro Controller. In this game, Donkey Kong is a final character, and you know what you can do? You can add an extra mode that has legacy characters. Donkey Kong, I don't know, you can put Bowser there, or put another circuit in the game so it has more extra content. But really, Punch-Out on the Switch, I do believe it will sell very well, especially because more people, thanks to Super Smash Bros., know about Little Mac, and they want to know where Little Mac comes from. And they cannot do it on the Switch or on the Wii U because this game came out on the Wii. Yes, you can play it on the Wii U, but not many people had the Wii U. So that's why I think Punch-Out on the Switch would be a great addition and a must. Put Punch-Out on the Switch. And finally, and I think this is a no-brainer, there's one 3D Mario game missing on the Switch. And it wasn't included in Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I am talking about the one that was left behind. I am talking about Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy is one of the best games ever, and one of the most nostalgic, and so is Super Mario Galaxy 2, another amazing game in the Super Mario 3D history. And you know what? Putting Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Switch, that would just be amazing. I don't know how Nintendo would do it with the prices, since these 3 games was $60. You're not going to charge $60 for just one game. So you either have to charge $40 or include another game with Super Mario Galaxy 2. What you could do is put, I don't know, Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario Galaxy 2 and make it a 2-pack and sell it for $40, and that's it. That way you can have Super Mario Galaxy 2 and the Nintendo Switch, because this game is a must. It's amazing. And after many new people got the chance to play Super Mario Galaxy on the 3D All-Stars collection, I know many people would like to play Super Mario Galaxy 2. And those are all the games that are not ifs, but when is Nintendo going to put them on the Switch? Hopefully very soon, before the Switch life ends, unless the next Nintendo console is compatible with Switch cartridges. Which other Nintendo game do you think is not an if but when addition when it comes to ports? Please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My name is DAGG, and I'll see you next time. See ya!